Deep bench. The president can expect the justices to hand him more wins and a few losses. Stephen Mazie, Supreme Court correspondent, The Economist. Early in his second term, Donald Trump has profited from his previous appointments of Justices Amy Coney Barrett, Neil Gorsuch, and Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. With few exceptions, they and their three conservative colleagues have removed obstacles to Mr. Trump's plans imposed by lower courts, letting him ban transgender soldiers from the armed forces, gut the Department of Education, sack heads of federal agencies, rescind protections for more than 1M migrants and target suspected aliens based on race. But these judgments have come on the justice's emergency or shadow docket that produces only interim rulings. Several weighty questions are now returning to the justice's inbox as merits cases. The regular, slow-moving docket marked by several rounds of written briefs, oral argument, weeks or months of deliberation and full opinions announcing a final judgment. When rulings are issued in 2026, Mr. Trump will find plenty of reasons to cheer, and perhaps a few to jeer. The president's biggest wins will involve a favorite pastime going back to his star run on The Apprentice, removing personnel at will. Mr. Trump fired nearly 200 people as a TV personality over his 14 seasons on air. He has sacked tens of thousands in the first year of his second stint in the Oval Office, from inspectors general and military leaders to probationary employees, federal prosecutors and executive branch agency heads. In 2025, the Supreme Court provisionally blessed many of these dismissals in emergency orders. Those dismissals will probably be finalized in the coming year when the justices formally consider scrapping a New Deal-era precedent, Humphrey's Executor v. United States, that has, for 90 years, protected independent agency heads from arbitrary removal. Over dissent from the three Democratic appointees, the court's 6 conservatives all but abandoned Humphrey's Executor in May. Its demise will be sealed in the spring. But Mr. Trump's sacking spree will probably hit a wall in his bid to fire Lisa Cook, a governor of the Federal Reserve. The Fed, the court wrote in 2025, is a uniquely structured, quasi-private entity with a distinct historical tradition, and the justices understand market turmoil may ensue if they permit the president to undermine the central bank's independence with a disingenuous for-cause firing. Although Mr. Trump's aggressive tariffs could roil the economy, the Supreme Court will probably back them early in 2026. Vulnerabilities in the challengers' claims were evident when the Federal Circuit Court of Appeals ruled against them in August. 4 judges, including 2 appointed by Barack Obama, would have upheld Mr. Trump's tariffs. Though a 1977 statute does not mention tariffs explicitly, the dissenters argued it authorizes presidential tariff adjustments through its grant of power to regulate importation during threats to America's national security, foreign policy, or economy. Expect the Supreme Court to defer to Mr. Trump's judgment that higher tariffs are necessary. After the oral argument in November 2025, expect the Supreme Court to defer to Mr. Trump's judgment that higher tariffs are necessary to address emergencies stemming from trade deficits and opioids. As for rulings that could go against the president, one of his more extravagant immigration policies, relying on the Alien Enemies Act, an 18th century law, to whisk alleged gang members out of the country, could unravel if the issue returns on the merits docket. On birthright citizenship, after curbing nationwide injunctions in June, the court will probably uphold the 14th Amendment's guarantee of it, against Mr. Trump's executive order. The court may also be inclined to stand up for states resisting Mr. Trump's delivery of National Guard troops, and for Congress's power of the purse over Mr. Trump's efforts to impound funds that have been duly appropriated. The usually ponderous court has done itself and the country no favors by ruling so swiftly and agreeably on the Trump administration's emergency petitions. Many of its orders have been accompanied by scant reasoning. Some justices have criticized lower courts for failing to heed its directions, prompting extraordinary rejoinders from some judges. With more time to reflect during the second year of Trump 2.0, the court has the chance to develop a more measured approach. But Mr. Trump's success on the emergency docket foretells more wins ahead.